weekend.
Sorry, I was joking. I'll press the button. Now we're live. Press again.
All right. Section Conclave, take 5. Who's ready?
Still the third try. Why the lights go out? Is this live? That light just went out. That light just went out. Hold on, don't go. Nope.
I'm not moving. Just never stops. Ah!
Uh-oh.
Got lights up back.
Hit it harder.
Kick it.
Kiss it.
Do you still have those bar lights that we hung up last night?
Let's move this one.
Let's get this started.
Yeah, you're still live. You can still talk. We're just getting lights done around you.
This.
We can get it.
Somebody says, tell us a spooky story.
Ooh. I don't got any spooky stories. That is spooky enough.
We need to get it up higher. Put it on the step. That's what we have. No, like, there's a, we using the projector? Yeah, take the projector. We will. Oh, they're not third person. You're good. It's right there. That's bad. It's better. I will hold. Ben, can you get a story?
So it all started in March of 2020. Yeah, me too. Considering the fact that it doesn't have an ending yet. So it all started when this gorilla named Harambe.
Oh, yeah. It was up there. I don't know where they moved it.
Are we going?
Yeah, we're good for 5 I've been telling you this.
I want the lighting to be right. I don't. All right, thank you. Adapt, collaborate, thrive. All right. Airmen of Section C4, apologies for all the technical mishaps and running around with that. We sincerely apologize and hope it hasn't taken away from your Conclave.mp4 experience. But along those same lines, thank you. Thank you for your participation in the Conclave weekend. We realize this may not be what you were expecting at the beginning of our section year, but we're really glad that you decided to stick it out, finish it up with us this weekend, and ultimately join us in the fellowship of others. Words, man. All right. So throughout this past year, this past 17 months, and overall past weekend, the section and myself, we have a lot of awards that we would like to present to not only airmen currently sitting in the seats as staff, but also some of you guys back home for playing an integral role in not only the success of the section, but the success of this weekend and the long-term success of our order. So I would first like to begin our little award ceremony here with the Outstanding Lodge Award. The Outstanding Lodge Award is presented to the lodge that over the year has overcome the most and adapted more specifically to this year to the different challenges presented with the virus. The Outstanding Lodge is traditionally one of the most active and participating on the section level and really plays an integral role not only on the COC, but in the Conclave weekend in making this a huge success for everyone. So without further ado, I would like to present the 2020 Outstanding Lodge Award to Erie Lenon Lodge. Come on up here, Chief.
Chief?
Chief. Shake your hand. Pleasure doing business.
It's been a pleasure.
Yes. You ever have those uncomfortably long handshakes that you just kind of want to end, but it just keeps going? Yeah, I'm sorry, Evan. All right, moving on to our next award is the Lodge Administration Award. I'm really excited about this new award for this year. We take the social media, the newsletter, the overall digital presentation of your lodge to really the world. It's been with increasing importance that we place an emphasis on growing the digital presence and the administrative effectiveness within our lodges. So I realize it was only the first year of the award. I highly encourage everyone to consider this in the future and maybe take a little more time to polish up your stuff and submit a nice, clean application. But with the one nomination that we received this year for the award, it absolutely set a fantastic precedent. It blew the section leadership out of the water with how well put together it was, how well presented it was, and overall how well you guys are functioning administratively as a lodge together. So with that, I would like to welcome Erie Lenan Lodge back down for the award. Of course.
Another one uncomfortably long.
All right, make this one quick.
Yeah, man.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Congratulations, Evan. Congratulations, Erie Lenan Lodge. The next award I would like to present is the Lodge Chief of the Year. So our Lodge Chiefs play an incredibly important role in the success of the section year, both on the COC and working with their home lodges. The main priority of the section is to make sure that we're giving the lodges the tools, resources, and training necessary to take that information back to their lodge, present it to their members, and ensure that we're thriving as a group in the future for years to come. The Lodge Chief of the Year Award is a very prestigious award that the section hands out, and incredibly important for further growth and development of the lodges. So to all 8 lodge chiefs that have served this past year, you have all done a phenomenal job. I cannot thank you enough for all the help you've presented me with and overall service you've given back to the section. But without further ado, I would like to present the 2020 Lodge Chief of the Year Award to Monongahela Lodge Chief Josh Poe. Unfortunately, Josh was unable to join us on site, so we will present him his award at a later date, likely at a COC, where we're able to give a nice presentation and let him accept his award. All right, moving on down is the Lodge Spirit Award. So as opposed to the Outstanding Lodge Award, the Lodge Spirit Award is designated for specifically Conclave, specifically how well your lodge engaged with the program, took advantage of what we presented for you guys, and overall how loud and effective you were in making our program as impactful as it is. So I think it is only right that since we're sitting here at Muskingum Valley Scout Reservation, all with masks on as I look in the crowd, sitting 6 feet apart, I cannot thank Netawatwee's Lodge enough for helping us put this weekend together and really helping us stream all this incredible content to you. So please join me in congratulating Netta Watwees on the Lodge Spirit Award for 2020. There you go. There we go. Comfortably long handshakes, loving it. All right, congratulations. All right. For these next series of awards, I would like to call down the Silver Arrowhead Committee in order to present this. The Silver Arrowhead Award is designed to recognize those airmen who have rendered exemplary service over a number of years to the Order of the Arrow on a section level. The requirements of this award are few, and the individual's record of service will be used to select those airmen who will be recognized at the yearly conclave event. Recipients of this award must have given at least 2 years of service to the section on the COC as either a youth leader, support role, or CVC and coordinator. I'm sorry. The section is only allowed to hand out so many of these awards per year based on membership. So given the few number of awards that we're allowed to give, it's really special for those that have the award and really impressive for those that do receive the award. So without further ado, our first recipient has been a member of the COC for numerous years in both sections C4B and the merged section C4. He served willingly as a lodge chief in his time in that role and has done a phenomenal job presenting last night's show and what you're going to see tonight. He's done an incredible job working with the leadership team, both out in front with the shows and in the back putting it all together. So without further ado, I would like to call down our first Silver Arrowhead recipient for the year, Mr. Nick Hubble. Actually, we'll come over here. All right. Oops. I don't want to ruin your Ohio State hat. That's the last thing I want to do. All right, there you go. We'll do this thing again. All right. Congratulations, Nick.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Sure.
The next recipient of this award is someone who I would consider a good friend. I haven't known him for very long, however, I have had the opportunity to work with him quite a bit. He's helped the COC for many years now, both in C4A as well as the newly merged C4. In fact, without him, this weekend wouldn't have been anything like it was like due to his integral role in putting it on. So for that, I would like to award this to CJ Nussbaum.
Microphones are scary.
All right. Our next recipient of the the Silver Arrowhead Award goes to another member of Tecumseh Lodge. He's been part of the COC for a lot of years in C4B and in the newly merged section. He's very dedicated and his enthusiasm is outstanding. And he's really a good example of what a servant leader should be. And for that, we'd like to grant Elijah Scott the Silver Arrowhead.
I'm a little new to the section, but when I first met the next recipient, I knew there was something special about him. There was this glow that really made me like to be a scout and made me just want to go home and take care of things in scouting I'd been putting off. But he's been part of the section for a while, and he's been doing a rocking job when he's been in here, and I know he's going to do an amazing job next year. Our next recipient is Jonathan Golden.
Oh, we're supposed to do it. I'm sorry.
No, we don't want your picture.
There we go. My bad. I
Congratulations,
got
Jonathan.
excited. Thank you.
Nice job, Tracy.
Well, this next recipient I've known for, quite a long time. He and I worked on summer camp together back in 2015 and 2016. We served as lodge officers together. We did so many things back home that it's hard to remember some of them. But as we grew older, we brought our talents to the section level, and he did something he was really passionate about. And I joined him later as a foreman for the Order of the Arrow High Adventure program. And now, completing his third summer as an OA High Adventure foreman up at Northern Tier, and completing his third year, one with C4A and two with the new C4, as the OA High Adventure section coordinator. I have to say congratulations to one of my best friends, one of the best people in the Order of the Arrow, and someone who I've given a lot of awards to, actually, Josh Reddick.
All right. So this next airman I've known my entire life. He has played an integral role in not only my scouting experience, but the scouting experience of countless scouts across the section and nation. The role he plays in impacting the lives of youth through his servant leadership is innumerable. He's not the type of person you see standing up front as the lodge chief or the lodge advisor or the guy that gets all the recognition normally. He's the guy that comes to events, does his work, does the above and beyond work. He goes above and beyond in every single thing he does. And on behalf of the section, I can't thank you enough for all you do. So, Dad, can you come up here, please? I see. Why did you in your uniform? Perfect.
Cool. I get to go last. So this final recipient, and definitely not the least of the list whatsoever, has been involved with the COC for a few years, and in that time has truly made his mark on our organization as a whole, has set the standard for what's expected for sections across the country. And without him, I know I would not have been a successful section chief. And I know Ben can attest to the same. In his time as lodge chief back in Chahutaway Lodge, he really set the standard on what was necessary to be a lodge chief. And years later, he came back and served Section C4 and made this event possible. There would be no Conclave MP4 without Isaac Nicholas.
I'm not wearing a uniform, of course. I wear a mask. Thank you. There we go.
Thank you, Isaac. All right, thank you, Silver Arrowhead Committee. And for a few more presentations, I would like to call up Section Advisor Brian Seaton, wherever you're hanging out.
So generally, I'm pretty sparing with advisors awards. However, this isn't one of those years. This year was something that none of us have experienced before, and we really had to pull together as a team to successfully plan and execute Conclave MP4. In addition, our COC this year planned essentially 3 conclaves. We started with a conclave in May that we were hoping to put on at the Summit Bechtel Reserve. When the COVID outbreak started, we canceled that event and rescheduled, hopefully, to September to have a conclave at Seven Ranges in person. And then events unfolded as they did, and we realized that we couldn't do an in-person event, and we moved to a virtual event and tried to have it at Seven Ranges, and then eventually moved it here. Through all of that, the COC and the lodges of Section C4 really rolled with the punches, planned their own lodges programs, were flexible with their own lodge programs. The Council of Chiefs was very flexible. These CVCs have planned essentially 3 conclaves in 16 months, and I couldn't be more proud of them. In addition, there are some people that kind of stood out above and beyond, and you've already seen some of them, and here are a couple more. For folks that are participating at home, I'll just mention them and move on. For folks that are here, we'll have them up. The first one is the guy who just kind of randomly gave the idea of moving to a virtual conclave format. He provided a very broad framework, and from that framework, we forwarded it to our officers, and they put together this event that you're watching at home and participating in here for the few that are here. The event actually doesn't look much like the framework that was sent, but this is what got the ball rolling. And for that, I'm very grateful for an advisor who is not here, but I think we should recognize Mr. Andrew Pliso for that. There are 2, a youth and adult team that did some very special work this year. When we were having a conclave at the summit, and we're planning on that, we asked for a youth and an adult to help plan the midway, which is usually a local thing. And the guys from the local lodge put that part on. So Taconic Lodge gave us a youth and an adult to put that on. And then we moved Conclave, and I didn't hear much out of them for a little while. And I had assumed that since we were doing an online conclave, we wouldn't have a midway. And then lo and behold, a couple of months later, we find out that these guys are chugging along and still working hard. And they put on a really great midway, really with no direction. And it was such an asset to our program, and their dedication and that they stuck to it really impressed me. So would John and Will Dudley please come up? Another interesting piece of the program, something that we generally don't think much about, but we do it every single year. This year we had to think a lot more about it, and it got to the point where it wasn't something that we could just kind of treat as an afterthought and move on. So how do you elect section officers when they're not actually physically here? And we need a caucus and get our votes in. And we just needed somebody to administer all of those moving pieces. And so I asked our past chief, Josh Squirrel, to do that. And he did a great job. So Josh, thank you. And it wasn't until about 2 months ago that we realized that we were coming to Muskingum Valley Scout Reservation. And so in 2 months, the lodge leadership, we came down and visited an ordeal, Isaac and I, just to see that if we could actually do a virtual event here and have the fellowship for the COC and the staff having some semblance of an in-person event. It turned out they did have the bandwidth, and from there they scrambled. They put together a service project. They put together the meals. They did all the administrative, the check-in. We came to a financial agreement, and it was really just moved so quick, and they really stuck to it. I've already given one award to Amanda, because our staff advisor for Nettowatwees Lodge, because she'd left already. But I really think we should recognize the lodge advisor also, Mr. Chip Udicious. And the final award tonight is for a man that's been working with me since I became the section advisor now 2.5 years ago. We actually grew up together. I may have given him an advisor's award last year also. When I need advice, this is a guy I call. When I'm looking for program ideas, because he's got a wealth of program ideas, this is the guy I usually just kind of discuss things with. And unfortunately, because his life is moving on, he will not be serving as our associate section advisor this next year. And I think we really need to recognize for all of the service and dedication and commitment that Mr. Steve Heron has given this section. In addition, there are these books that they're inspirational quote books that I like to give. to folks who do pretty amazing jobs. You can use them to share inspiration and also to glean some when you need it. So I'd like to give one of these to Steve as well. Thank you, sir. Thank you. And finally, to our officers this year. I could not have asked, the Section C4 could not have asked for a better group of officers to plan in these uncertain times. They gelled as a team. They came together and really got the job done. They work as a group, and just such a phenomenal group. I don't think we would have been successful without the dedication of these three young men. And it's so hard to believe that this section year was almost 17 months long. And they were elected in May of 2019 at Camp Mountaineer. And before the world changed, we had a Council of Chiefs meeting in September. We had a forum in November, and then 2 weeks later, we were off to the Florida Sea Base to go to the Section Officer Seminar, which was a pretty awesome experience. And then we did one COC at the Wheeling Nailers hockey game. And then the world changed, and we really didn't see each other again we talked a lot, but I don't think we actually saw each other for close to 4 or 5 months. And through all that time, they worked as a team. They had multiple calls with youth and with adults, and they stuck it out, and they put together this largely youth-run program. And I'm really grateful for all of their leadership. So would Ethan, Jonathan, and Ben please come on up? In addition, I also got them the Knowles Wilderness Wisdom book. This is a book that if you're associated with OA High Adventure, it's used out on the trail, and there's just little nuggets of wisdom in here. So I also got them one of these just for my gratefulness. Personalized. Ethan? Jonathan?
Thank you.
And Ben. Give these officers one last round of applause. They earned it. And lastly, I think this will be the last time I'm on stage tonight. So I do want to say there were, to the section adult staff out there who provided the framework to put this event together, thank you. You made this event possible, and for the youth to really put forth their vision, and they did really well. For everyone watching at home and also the folks out in the audience tonight, this is a time that Scouting and the Order of the Arrow need us most. Very shortly, we'll be emerging from this isolation of COVID-19. And Scouting as a whole, our units, our troops, our chapters, our lodges, they will need our dedication. They will need our commitment so that Scouting can emerge and then become stronger. I'd like you to remember some words that we hear in the Order of the Arrow often. Those who chose you need you. And I think this is a time where those words could not ring more true. So when you go home, remember the things that we experienced and the event that you guys helped to put on or witnessed at home. I hope that you gain some inspiration, some experience, some knowledge, and I hope you can put that to work in your scout troops and in your lodges and your chapters, because this is now a very, very important time for us to rededicate ourselves to the principles of Scouting. And with that, that's all I have. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm just a little surprised. What can I say? Don't laugh at my box. If you want to laugh at anything, you can laugh at my socks. Thank you, Toby. I'm sorry? Again. Public humiliation. I see how this is.
There we go. Okay.
The disappointment under my mask is innumerable. I think that saying this past year has been unique would be an understatement. Not only because of the situation we now find ourselves at home, at school, at work, but our situation in scouting as well. Back in September of 2019, we passed the official vote to make the Summit Bechtel Reserve the location for Conclave. Seems like forever ago, doesn't it? But this has turned out to be only the start of a crazy year. Through the winter months, it was really humbling to attend so many different lodge banquets and reflect on your success of the past year. We moved into the new year with a full head of steam and sights set on the summit. And then March hit. The world came to a stop. College told me to stay home and not come back. Chapter and lodge events were canceled left and right, and all I could do was sit in my room for the entire day. Yet, even through it all, we persisted. Since March this year, the section has held 4 COC meetings, planned 2 conclaves, and successfully made the transition to online program. I am so incredibly proud of this Council of Chiefs and conclave staff team that I've had the privilege to work with over the past 17 months. You all have remained steadfast in your purpose to deliver one-of-a-kind, unique program to the section in an impactful manner. And based on the results of this past weekend, I say you did just that. The coronavirus stopped a lot for this year, but not Section C4. I am so blessed that this is the group of airmen I was able to navigate this year with, and I cannot thank you for all that you do for the section and the order. But even in the midst of this incredible staff, there were a select few who went above and beyond out of their way to help the section. Especially with this year, it was quite a relief to have this support team around me, keeping me grounded during the difficult and turbulent times. And it's this support system of 4 airmen that I would like to award my Chiefs Award for this year. This first person I did not even meet until conclave of last year. He came up to me right before dinner with a stack of event newspapers in his hand and asked me if I wanted to help him hand them out to scouts as they entered the dining hall for dinner. Lo and behold, this same scout, only a few hours later, gets elected as the section secretary. Whether he's taking minutes at the meeting or working with him behind the scenes, this scout has shown devotion to the section and the order. He's never afraid to share his opinion and is my go-to guy when it comes to Robert's Rules. He's done a phenomenal job as the section secretary, and I cannot wait to see what he does as the section vice chief. So without further ado, would Mr. Ethan Ventling please come down? So if you hold on for 1 minute, we'll get to the box once I have everyone up here. Most of my conversations with this next person start off with, "This will only be quick." And then 45 minutes later, we're still talking about something completely off the topic of what the call was initially supposed to be about. And it's these random conversations that I cherish the most about our friendship. I am able to bounce any idea, no matter how far-fetched, and he'll give a reasonable and honest answer. And this doesn't just go for scouting. This scout has been a phenomenal life coach for me, and I utilize the advice he has given me in almost every single day of my life. But when it comes down to business, this scout is an absolute workhorse. Given the number of items I have delegated to this scout over the past 17 months, I am surprised that we're still as good as friends as we are. And I promise it's not because I like giving you work to do or anything. It's because I know that whenever I delegate a project to you, that I know that it's not only going to get done, but that it's going to get done exceptionally well 2 or 3 days before the deadline I set. This scout has been an absolute rock for me this past year, and I think he is the perfect choice for your 2020 section chief. Thanks for not getting me sick this weekend either. I appreciate it. And with that, I would like to call Jonathan Golden to please come down. Of course. Serving as the head youth of the section is a tall order. While this year truly has been one of the most rewarding parts of my scouting journey, it has also been one of the most challenging. Many a time I would find myself in a new situation with a handful of questions about one thing or another. And this person always had the answer. Even if the answer was, "No, that's a little too crazy." He would always be there to provide guidance and support in the difficult times. The height of this came in the months of March to May of this past year. As you can likely imagine, we were thrust into some new waters with no lessons on how to swim. Instead of kicking and screaming in the water, this individual taught myself and many others how to swim and navigate in these new territories. There were days where I would have 3 different phone calls with this person just to create our game plan for the section as we move forward. Planning 1 conclave is a lot of work. Planning 3 is just insanity. And I thank you for not letting me lose my sanity over these past months. I'm sure a lot of you have stories of who their favorite advisor was and why this impact on them was so profound. I hope this past year serves as a testament to the resilience and support of the section advisor. With the world in shambles, he helped push me to be the best version of myself, and the section to be the best version of ourselves. Now that Conclave is coming to an end, I hope your daughters give you a little more time to rest and catch up on all the work that's likely already been completed. And with that, I would like Section Advisor Brian Seaton to please come down. Thank you. The impact this last person has played in my life and scouting journey has been unmatched by any other individual. He is not only the reason I got involved in the OA, but the reason I got involved in scouting. He has taught me most of the scout skills I have today, and I owe a lot to this person in helping shape me into the man I am today. This past year has been incredibly eye-opening for me, to say the least. In addition to serving the section, this past year was also my first at college, and of course that came with its own challenges. Multiple times after an exam, I would end by giving this guy a call to let my anxiety run through and help calm my nerves. While I know these weren't your most favorite calls at 9 p.m. on a Monday night, but the impact they had on me was profound. I cannot thank you enough for constantly taking time out of your schedule to help me with mine. This person goes by a lot of titles, but you may not know it. He's not the lodge advisor or head adult of a committee or chapter, yet everyone looks up to him as a leader. His impact on the youth of the organization is unmatched and is the true definition of a servant leader. Some call him their ride to camp. I know I personally have called him that many a time. Some call him the tech guy with all his expertise there. A lot of people call him by name to help out, since they know he is always willing to help in whatever capacity is needed. But me, I simply refer to him as Dad. Come on down, Dad. All right, and now for the box. So, funny story about this box here. I had these awards ordered about a month or so ago. However, I did not take them with me to college at The Ohio State University. So they have been sitting in the dining room of my permanent address for about the past month now. So I would like to give a quick shout out to my mom for making sure my dad and brother remembered to bring this box with them, or else I would have been screwed. Yeah, Mom. You're the real MVP. All right. Let's see what we got here. Mr. Brian Seaton. Huh?
Chocolate.
They are not chocolates. I'll let you open them in a quick second. Mr. Jeremy Snyder, Mr. Dad. All right. We got Jonathan and Ethan. So feel free to open those up and give those a look. Really excited for this.
Wow. Look at that. That's awesome. Thank you, Ben.
maybe a little hard to see in the light, but essentially it just says thank you for your hard work and overall dedication to Section C4, not only over this past year, but over your lifetime and career. So it's just a small token of my appreciation for the integral role you guys play, not only in the lives of so many airmen across the section and country, but in mine as well. I can't thank you all enough. Thank you. I'm sorry. Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you, Ben.
Thank you. Congratulations. Finally, I would like to thank everyone for this year. If I knew that this was going to be the kind of year that it turned out to be as I was heading into the beginning of my term, I would have ran the same. Nothing would have wavered my decision. Like, what else was I supposed to do that Conclave 2019 weekend? Attend my senior prom or something? But serving as the section chief during this year has been one of the most challenging and rewarding experiences of my life. Watching you all grow and adapt to the changes in the world and scouting has been nothing short of incredible. And I applaud you all for this resilience. As we move forward into the new section year, please keep this momentum going. You all have conquered the impossible. So face every challenge head on. And don't be afraid to step outside of your comfort zone. As long as it's not within 6 feet of someone else, of course. The world needs more leaders. Today, now more than ever. And I have no doubt that the airmen of Section C4 are willing to step up to the challenge. Thank you for everything. Your impact did not go unnoticed. And with that, I would like to call down our newly elected section officers and allow them to officially begin their terms. Fragile. Whatever you want. It's up to you.
I know there's a microphone here.
I hope I put this on correctly. You good?
No.
Am I good? I hope. All right. Mr. Chief, congratulations. Allow me. Oh, dang it. I hate that you're taller than me, man. Seems more difficult. All right, that looks beautiful.
Thank you.
All right, everyone. Would you all please raise your right hand in the scout sign and repeat after me? I, Ben Snyder, hereby promise on my honor as a scout.
I, Ethan Golden, do hereby promise on my honor as a scout
To faithfully fulfill my duties as out chief.
to faithfully fulfill my duties as section secretary. Section chief.
To live daily by the scout oath and the scout law.
To live daily by the scout oath and the scout law.
To observe and preserve the traditions of the Order of the Arrow.
To observe and preserve the traditions of the Order of the Arrow.
To cheerfully provide a positive example to all.
to cheerfully provide a positive example for all,
and to serve others so far as I am able.
and to serve others so far as I am able.
All right, you may lower your right hand, and congratulations, guys. It all starts now.
Congratulations.
Unless you got anything.
It's like I've never been on stage before. Sorry about that, guys. I just want to say thank you so much to Ben Snyder for his organizational leadership and putting on such a great event. Kudos to you, and kudos to everyone who has put this event together and made it possible. I just want to say that I am very ecstatic to be the 2021 Section Chief of Section C4, and I promise you guys that I will not let you down. Thank you.
All right, and with that, I'll turn it over to the show's team as we prepare for our final program of the Conclave.mp4 weekend. So everyone at home, please give us a couple minutes to transition, and we'll get started with the closing show right away. Vamonos.
Hello? Hello? Gouda?
Not anymore.
Hello? There we go. Cool.
You want to play music for minutes at a time? Never a headphone jack?
Ba-ba-da-ba-da.
Play whatever. Music while the music's going on, right? We can. I don't have that. I don't have my phone. What is it? I don't have a Taylor.
Do you have non-copyright music?
Yeah, because that's what I plugged in. My computer doesn't want to connect to something. Does your phone have a headphone pluggy dude in it?
And non-copyright music,
Sorry?
preferably.
Your phone have a headphone pluggy guy on it? Yeah. Why? Darn it. Alright, so hit play on it.
Elijah, is Ben competing?
Huh?
Is Ben competing?
Yes. Ben.
Oh.
You can call them up one by one.
Oh, old officers. Okay.
They got a finish changing. Alright, hey. Isaac. Yes. I got lapel. Yes, you did. Okay, here we go. We have a timer. Battery bubble low.
Are we able to see that from here? Is there a way for us to be able to see that, or no?
I mean, somebody in the dining hall? All right, who wants to run the dining hall? Yes, I need to just run power off of it. He called me. I'm honestly going to say yay!
Yay!
He asked me for phone. I'm gonna. Yeah, Ryan.
You know when a mask is wet, it's actually not. It can't protect you from.
Like being water. Duct tape. Some kind of tape. I mean, it's basically it. It's not basically. Oh, I like this. You gotta remember to announce that too at the beginning.
What?
What they win.
Oh, they win the privileges of not being pied in the face.
Yeah.
Yeah. Duct tape fixes everything. Elijah, does this show have a name? Does this show have a name? Closing show or minute to win it? I could sing that. Want me to? No. But you can't stay here. We good? Okay. Are we live? Cool. Alrighty, guys. It's time to start our closing show. Today we are going to be doing Minute to Win It. We have 3 contestants, all of whom you know. So, can I please ask up the past officers for the section? Ben Snyder, Jonathan Golden, and Ethan Ventling. Yay! Woo! Yeah! Woo! All right. Well, one of you here, please, and 2 of you over here. There's coat hangers on the table for a reason. Okay, so you may be wondering, what are we doing? So we are playing Minute to Win It games, and these 3 are trying to win the opportunity to not be pied in the face. So the winner doesn't get pied in the face. Are you guys ready to start beginning? The first game we have is Coat Hanger Climb. So what you're going to do is you're going to take 1 coat hanger in your hand, and then you're going to try to get a chain of all 5 coat hangers in less than a minute. So you want all a chain, like monkeys. Using 1 hand. Yeah, 1 hand. So, are y'all ready to begin? Sure. Do we have a timer ready from the booth? Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. Very exciting, dramatic, entertaining. You're supposed to grab all of them. I explained this. 1 at a time. Slowly but surely. Oh, come on. These are Walmart coat hangers. They don't deserve to be treated like this. Hey, it looks like Snyder's got the right idea over here. Like, I mean, those 2 could look over here and, like, it's not hard. Like,
It's not hard.
No! That's off the stage.
Go get it. Go get it, Ben. What?
Yeah, you go get it. Why am I doing this for you?
There's like a drop here. 9, 8.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh! Okay. I think we have a winner in that round. Ben, you had all 5 coat hangers on your 1 coat hanger?
Yeah, dude.
Even though you dropped it off the side of the map.
I'm just a goat.
So, next performing art. Okay, so please separate your cups, gentlemen. So, this game is called M&M Challenge. So, what you're going to do, you're going to have to take off your masks for this a little bit. So, what you're going to do is you're going to have the straw in your mouth, and you're going to try to suck an M&M to the bottom of the straw and move it from 1 cup to the other. Do you understand the game, gentlemen?
Sure.
Yeah, person with the most M&Ms after a minute wins. So, are y'all ready? 3, 2, 1. Timer, booth. Wow, so exciting. Please don't knock over your cups. That's just a mess. Oh. Ben's got 2, from what I see. Okay, let's see where Golden's at. Golden looks like he has like 7 or 8. Ah, yeah, music, tunes. Mr. Ventling looks like he has 5 or 6. Oh yeah. I know this song. It's from that movie in 2003. Oh yeah, at NOAC too. Oh. Peanut Gallery, how much time do I have left on the timer? 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Contestants, drop your straws. So, let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 M&Ms for Mr. Schneider. Oh boy.
I won.
I think so. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 23. Okay, Mr. Ventling, which cup was it? Oh boy. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. Miss. Yeah, eat them all. They're food. Oh, I just touched them. Don't do that.
Oh, shoot. I'm already.
Yeah, don't do that. Yeah. Hey, Mr. Golden wins. Yeah. Okay. So, we have a pack of washers and a really mangled coat hanger for all of you. So, the point of this game. So, open your washers. You guys can also put your masks back on. Like, it is COVID season.
Oh, thank you.
Like, I mean, like, yeah. So, the point of this game is you're going to take your mangled coat hanger and try to get all of the washers onto that coat hanger. And then flip the coat hanger and try to stack all the washers. The person with the most washers stacked wins.
Use both hands?
No, one hand.
Wait,
One-handed, you're going to,
use the hanger to pick them up?
yes.
Okay, just making sure.
Do we understand the game?
Yeah.
Are we ready to go? Booth, or do we have the timer ready? Okay, 3, 2, 1, go! Yeah. Jazz. I heard you like jazz.
I like jazz.
Mr. Schneider, you like jazz?
Sure.
Oh,
Are you guys doing this?
Oh, Mr. Schneider has 2 on his coat hanger. Remember, you have to flip it over and stack it on the table. Oh, Mr. Ventling, he's got 1. An appropriate song for this location. Oh boy. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop! Drop your coat hangers! Oh boy, where's your stack?
Whoa! I think
You got 2.
this one has 3.
Mr. Golden,
He just dumped that out like.
you have 3. Mr. Ventling, you also have 3. Tie!
You're kidding me.
Ties are fun, and washers and coat hangers. Okay, so let's see here. Aha! Our next game involves a bunch of red Solo cups. So, can you guys guess what you're going to do?
Cup stack.
Cup stacking, yes. A sport I used to be a part of. True fact. So, yes, it is a sport, technically. So, what you're going to do, you have 36 cups stacked in a tower. Well, cylinder. So, what you're going to do is stack as high of a tower that you possibly can in 1 minute. The highest tower will win, and then be knocked over by me. You guys get it?
Yeah.
Okay, Booth, we ready? Okay. 3, 2, 1, stack! Wow, the technique's already wrong. From years of experience, this is already wrong.
Is it the tallest?
Well, not the tallest. I've done this for years. Like, I went to a Junior Olympics for it. It's true fact. Like, I was like in 4th grade. I don't know. Oh.
Red Solo cups. I love it.
Great song, great pop choice song, Red Solo Cup. Yeah.
Yeah, I get a plus 10 seconds just to win points.
You get nothing. You're the chief. You deal with problems. So, I see an approach. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hands off! Count how many cups.
Oh, count the cups. So,
I mean, you can go by height too.
Be a tie.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
Tall is height. Yeah, height.
Unless it's height.
Are we doing height?
I was told height.
Oh, okay. It's slightly shorter than I am. I think it's short. This is much shorter than I am. So, Mr. Snyder, you are the winner. Yay! Madness. Okay, so. These are already slippery without even opening them. So, guess what we have next? A can of Spam. Actually, off-brand Spam. Great value brand Spam. Luncheon meat. Delicious. So, each of you should pick a partner from the audience.
Can it be an
So, I'm fine with any adult or any youth.
I want Brian Seaton.
I want Rich Wolski. They're gonna take my uniform off. I mean, do you want spam on it? Okay. You guys want to do this?
Get the Spam out.
Are you confirming your pick?
Hey, someone come on down. You're the 9. Come on.
Sorry, Brian.
Come around. Come around.
Just get it out.
Yeah, get the
Why
Spam
am I
out.
touching this? This is
Because it's slippery. Okay. Grab the Spam log and stand.
Like in the middle.
Yeah, in the middle. So I am the center. So I need one person. I need one person from each team on my right side, and one person from each team on my left side.
so split the teams. One
Yes.
person goes on this side, the person goes on this
Officers on the left, people on the right. Okay, so most of you have probably heard of an egg toss. This is significantly harder. This is Spam. It's much more slippery.
Oh, no.
Get a bit closer together. We gotta have space to move backwards. Okay. Why'd you break your Spam?
It came like that.
You gotta throw both pieces. Okay, so we're at a minute, and the furthest one that can go backwards. So after every throw, you're gonna move one step backwards. If you drop, you reset to where you are. So the group that is the farthest amount backwards from each other is the winner. So, Booth, you ready? Okay, in 3, 2, 1, I'm in the splash zone. Spam.
That's okay. Light tosses, light tosses. We can't go any farther. I can't go any further.
Keep throwing until once someone drops. The last group to drop will win. Okay.
Hey, take it up and go. All right, Brian. We're winning
Jeez.
over here.
I don't know where to go.
Oh.
Okay, for what I see from this perspective, the chief and his advisor are the farthest.
Hey. I'm rolling in my way. You upstairs. Can't go any further. Oh.
Wow, this is impressive.
Orthodox.
This is very impressive. Is there a timer? No. And drop your Spam. Wow, a lot of them dropped their Spam. So I think there's actually a very good winner in this.
Hey, they dropped. They dropped. You spiked it down.
I mean,
I don't know.
don't know what the problem was. It's not that gross. Okay, so
There we go. Back in the can.
guests, you can leave.
Gonna shake. Good game.
Give him a hug.
Good game. Good game. Now, old officers, please remain up here. Now,
Definitely won this competition. Good game.
now this may be a competition. We have scores. And from what I hear from the booth
After this, right?
is that we lost count. So, you know what that means? Y'all lose. I'm the only winner here. So, y'all will get pied in the face. All three of y'all. Y'all. Yes, y'all. Okay, if you guys want to do rock, paper, scissors, you can, but you're still all going to get pied.
My hands smell like spam. I'm gonna get my face covered with pie.
It's only whipped cream, so it's not that bad, but I mean, spam's not that bad. Like, truly.
All right. This just became really not easy.
Do we have the pie? Do we have the pies ready?
Better get these on close up.
I'm getting out of the way. I don't want to be in the splash zone again.
think someone called dibs on Jonathan. So.
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Now, officers, I would recommend taking off masks.
Hey, where's the shower? My question.
Yeah.
He's like,
Hey, we're doing one at a time.
Yeah,
we're
we,
doing one at a time so we can get really good photos of
let's start with the old chief.
You're not done.
You're not old, you're the eldest at the moment.
He's old. 19. Nice.
Oh boy. There we go, Elijah. There's more in that pan. There's more in the pan. Okay.
No, please don't.
He got pied.
Yeah, come on.
Kind of mess up the hair. Okay. Let's have the new vice chief go first. Yeah, countdown. Sure. Okay. Mr. Finley, in 3, 2, 1, pie his face. There you go. Oh. 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 Okay. Mr. Golden.
Whoa, I heard splash zone.
Mr. Golden and Mr. Golden Jr. Okay.
Okay, never mind.
Don't hit him hard.
They're siblings. They can do what they want. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Oh. Oh. Now, can we have a round of applause from the audience at home, from the audience here, for all of our losers and their helpers? How y'all feel?
Finer than a frog's hair split 4 ways.
What?
Finer than a frog's hair split 4 ways.
I don't understand that phrase.
I can't see. I'm ready
Oh.
for a shower.
Does someone have a towel?
I in my car. I forgot towels.
Of course you did.
All right, Jonathan, where's your uniform?
Where are the polys?
You guys are also gonna have to clean this up. You know that.
I mean, wait!
It's not my mess.
Hey, I'm gonna have to get new shoes.
Hey, good news.
Hey, look, we have a towel. I'll take a part that's 6 feet apart.
Is that the show thing?
Yeah, that's the show. Like, I mean, they got pied. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Thank the losers. Thank you all for seeing us. Please come back next year for Conclave, which I believe is at 7 Ranges. Thank you, and good night.
You got to go and dig those holes.
Man, I'm tired.
With broken hands and withered souls, emancipated from all you know. You got to go and dig those holes.
Hey, you slow, bro.
D10. Oh, that's what we're doing. We're singing. Y'all know nothing about this.
Watch me. Watch me. Come on, Ed. Come on, Ed. Prove yourself.
Take it on, dig it. Take it on, take it on, dig it. Take it on,
Too
Take it on, Take it on, dig it. Take it on,
Take a bad boy, make him dig 5 feet. The dirt in these shovels will give us a beat. Okay, you gotta find something never found before. If not, we'll just have to dig some more. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na.